Shalom. This video is the first in a series that I'm calling, Why Does This Torah Portion Matter? Each week, we follow a different Torah portion that gets us from the beginning of our Torah in the book of Genesis through the end of Deuteronomy. And there are many things to say about every Torah portion. Actually, very often there's many things to say about each verse or even each word at times. But what I want to do is to spend just a few minutes each week on focusing on one thing about this week's Torah portion that helps make Judaism, hopefully, relevant and powerful in our lives. Hence, the title, Why Does This Torah Portion Matter? And we start at the very beginning this week, following the celebration of Simchat Torah, where we read both the end of our Torah and then start again from the beginning. This week is the first portion, Bereshit, in the beginning. And I want to talk about what I think it means to be holy. And I think that God demonstrates this through God's creation. Many of us know that God speaks the world into existence, creating light, creating darkness, land, fish, sea, animals, and all the rest of creation. And that, of course, culminates on the sixth day with God's creation of Adam and Eve. And we also probably remember that on each day, God looks at what God has created and calls it tov, calls it good. Incidentally, on the third day, God uses the word good twice. And this is a reason why some Jews get married on Tuesday. It's considered an auspicious day because of God using tov twice in the Torah. It's a good trivia tidbit to know. But it also harkens to what I think holiness is, which is the combination of power, of the ability to do things, to affect change, power and goodness, a sense of right and wrong, a sense of what we should be doing, a judgment of what the world should look like. And when God creates our world, God certainly demonstrates power. In fact, God's power is one of the many attributes we ascribe to God when we pray, that God is powerful like no other. But the balance of that is goodness, that God creates, looks at it, and calls it good. We all know from experience and from looking at the world that unchecked power is not good. And power in and of itself, actually, is neither good nor bad. But power combined with a sense of goodness, of beauty, of the desire to enrich creation, that is what makes holiness. And that's in the world at the beginning of creation for us to emulate as we are created in the image of God. And that is why this Torah portion matters.